This is Dominic. Dominic works at a 5-star restaurant called the Pixel Palace. There, some of video games' most popular characters come in to have a drink. Sometimes they share stories and even secrets, for as we all know, what the bartender hears is confidential, isn't it?
So I'm sitting there tending bar when in walks a fan favorite, Mega Man. Seeing how he is a tiny fella, he asked for his usual stool to get up on the seat. I of course obliged, and he looked a little panicky, just very on edge. I said, "Why are you so on edge? Here, let me get you an E-can here." "What's the problem?" I said. I said, "Well, we're creating new villains for the next Mega Man game." I said, "Oh, that's always the most fun. I love seeing what you guys come up with. You guys always come up with great characters like Fan Man and Tree Man and Shadow Man, all those great characters." And he said, "Yeah, I'm usually excited too, but this year we had a bit of a problem." I said, "What?" He said, "There's a fan who's just a little bit too obsessed, and he's found out where our headquarters is and has busted in." And I said, "Well, that's no good. Why didn't you just call security on him?" He said, "I'd like to, but he's a little bit of a celebrity, and if we kicked him out of our headquarters, it might look bad on us." I said, "Who is this guy?" And he said, "Brentalfloss." And I said, "Brentalfloss? You mean like the online musician, the guy who puts funny lyrics to video games?" And he said, "Yeah, same one." And I said, "Well, gee, I knew he liked the games, but I didn't know he was that obsessed." And he says, "He is." And I said, "Well, what did he want?" Well, I asked him the same question, Mega Man said. And apparently Brentalfloss looks at him and says, "I want to be a character in your next game." Apparently he said it was always his greatest dream to be a villain in a Mega Man game. And I said, "Well, maybe that wouldn't be too bad. I mean, you know, sort of tying it in with this new internet fan base and stuff." And he said, "You didn't hear his idea though." I said, "Okay, what was his idea?" He said, "Floss Man. A man who uses floss to destroy his enemies. His body would be a giant case of dental floss. He would use the string as like a whip. He also insisted it was the first Mega Man villain to show his buttocks. It was a nightmare." And I said, "Well, okay, well, why didn't you just make up an excuse?" He says, "That's exactly what we did do. We said, 'I'm sorry, but all our villains are already filled out and we don't have room for another one.' And he said he's not leaving unless he gets to be a villain in Mega Man." So we looked at each other and tried to figure out what to do. Finally, Mega Man said, "I came up with an idea that I knew had to work." He said he wanted to be a villain in the game. If we made up a villain that was so terrible and so something that nobody would ever want to be, maybe he would leave voluntarily. And I said, "Oh, that's not a bad idea. Well, what did you put him in then?" They said, "We made him Douche Man. A man dressed as a gigantic douche. We knew that had to get rid of him." And I said, "Did it?" And he said, "No, he was incredibly excited about it. He was even coming up with ideas like what his abilities are, where he gets his power," which, don't ask where he gets his power. So I made up an excuse and I said, "Oh, it doesn't look good on you," which it didn't, but that's not the reason we want to get him out of it. So we came up with another idea. Inside Out Cactus Costume Man. So the point would have to be poking his body and he'd be in unbelievable pain. Turns out, the man's a masochist, so he loved it. There's other costumes we tried out, like Pubic Hair Man, Crucifixion Man, Butt Cheek Man. Hell, we even tried Anna Nicole Smith Man. Which I guess technically could be War Man, but we didn't think of that. Actually, he said, "Our villains are a bit of a sausage fest, aren't they?" But that's beside the point. Nothing we did got rid of this guy. He loved every single one of them. So we finally had no choice. We had to make him a villain in the Mega Man game. And I said, "Well, gee, what'd you put him in as?" He said, "We put him in as Invisible Man. A character you can see, can't hear, and is so incredibly good at it that he even has a whole level that you can't see, so you don't even know you've played through it." And I said, "Did he buy it?" He said, "He's an internet celebrity, of course he bought it." He said he wanted to make t-shirts out of it, except to make it even more clever, the t-shirts would be invisible, and you can't feel it. Apparently he posted an ad online and like half of his fan base wants to buy one. I said, "Oh geez, you're not putting that into production, are you?" And he says, "Well, we weren't going to, but then we saw that a lot of his fan base is attractive women. And you know what? An invisible shirt might look pretty good on them. In fact, it seems to be a fad that seems to be spreading all over the world now. The latest thing in women's fashion, the Invisible Man shirt. Brental Floss started this whole new craze. So, I guess it's ironic, he says. He came in wanting to be a villain for Mega Man, but by the end of the day, he was a hero to all of us. I just think we did go with Douche Man. The idea of everybody wearing that, I don't want to think about it. You see a lot of strange things as a bartender. You see a lot of strange things at the Pixel Palace. So, I'll see a lot of strange things as a bartender at the Pixel Palace. And that ain't no lie. Swear to it.